Off field. Left. What I want.
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We enter the Washington Commanders post-game reaction for the final time this season. We're going to be recapping the Washington Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys. The score was 38-10. The Washington Commanders finished 4-13 on the season. If you guys want to call into the Command Extra post-game show for the final time this year, 301-818-2538 is the way to do that. 301-818-2538 is the way to do that. Before we get into today's video, I ask you guys do me a favor, go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new content like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so we greatly appreciate it if you guys can help me get there as soon as possible. Now, let's get to it. I was going to come on this joint and spaz, bro. I really was. If Terry McLaurin did not get 1,000 yards, I was going to come on this joint and spaz, fool. He needed 15 or 13 yards to get 1,000 yards, and for the later portion of that fourth quarter, after Sam Howell threw that pick to DeRon Bland, I felt like he wasn't going to get it, because I'm just like, there's no way they're really about to do this to Terry McLaurin. But he ended up getting it, like Kelvin Harmon had tweeted on Twitter. There's no reason why that should have been that hard of a task. There is no way. 54 yards. It's not like he needed 110. It's not like he needed 100. He needed 54 yards. And it took to the last freaking minute of the game for that to take place. Now, granted, first drive of the game, they tried to do some trickery. Sam Howell had Terry McLaurin wide open for what would have been a walk-in touchdown, at least 40-yard reception right there. And Sam missed him. Okay, so they tried early on, but I would have consistently tried, like literally, because you had nothing to lose. But Terry McLaurin got it. Now he had it for the 4 consecutive years, over 1,000 yards, and I believe that's the franchise record. And I remember some of y'all out there, point in time this season, y'all said Terry McLaurin was trash. Terry McLaurin is not good. How about now? Now, granted, I know y'all probably still gonna say Terry isn't elite. Terry isn't the top receiving league. Shout out to Tim Sports Talk. Tim Sports Talk went toe-to-toe on that live stream where everybody claiming that Terry McLaurin is an elite receiver. And I understood where he was coming from. This is my stance on it. I think Terry McLaurin can be an elite receiver based off of the situation he needs to be in, though. Right? You put Jamar Chase in Terry McLaurin's shoes. You put CeeDee Lamb in Terry McLaurin's shoes. You put any of these top receivers in Terry McLaurin's shoes. Are they still the same dominant receiver? I don't think so. So for y'all to say Terry is not elite or can't be that because of production, I'm not going to say you're wrong because he hasn't done it, but it's still not fair to judge because of the situation that he has been in. This dude has been on he's on his 11th quarterback, will be on his 12th starting quarterback next season. So you put these guys, these elite guys that y'all say in this conversation, I doubt they have the same impact that they are having on their current team. Terry McLaurin does not possess the best hands. He's not the fastest. He's not the twitchiest, right? But he's an elite receiver with the potential. He has the potential to be an elite receiver if he's in the right situation. Again, all these elite guys are in situations that is pleasing to him. You see what Justin Jefferson is doing when he's not in a situation that pleases him. He had Kirk Cousins all his career. Kirk Cousins goes out and he battles some injuries. You see what happens. Jamar Chase, injury, no Joe Burrow. They still was thriving because Jake Brown and got him the ball, but you saw that it wasn't as fluid. So these guys get taken away from their quarterback. They're going to be just like Terry McLaurin, clawing their way just to try to get to 1,000 receiving yards. So shout out to Terry McLaurin. That's my dog. I love him, man. And I hope next year can be the year that he breaks out. You know, I really do, because I really want him to at least have one good year. Because, you know, he's older. He's probably going to be 29 by the time the next season starts. His birthday is September 15th, so he'll be 29 by next year's start. And I want him to at least have one 1,500-yard season, man. I just want him to be. I just see it. But anyway, shout out to Terry. Well deserved, you know, for everything that you went through. Now, Washington, Sam Howell. This is hard for me because I really liked Sam Howell, and I still do. But he is a shell of himself, man. I mean, if it wasn't the interceptions that did it for you, just that fall down, that fall down right there, I think when he was trying to hand it off to Antonio Gibson or somebody, whatever he was doing, he fell down. And I'm just like, Sam, oh Sam, man. We really ruined this kid. We really did. And with this new regime coming in, we're gonna draft a quarterback. Whether it's Caleb Williams, if you find a way, Drake May, we're gonna draft a quarterback, and it sucks because I really wanted Sam Howell to be the guy, and we failed him before he failed us, right? Similar to what we did with Carson Wentz. I wish him the best. He's probably gonna be here, but if he's not, and somebody just end up trading for him this offseason, I hope he goes out and ball because I know the kid can play. As far as quarterback in the draft go, I see everybody praising about Caleb Williams. Like, I see that, and I think he is the best talent-wise coming out of this year's draft. But why are we so sure that we're going to get Caleb Williams? We're at 2, not 1. Chicago could very well draft Caleb Williams, and I think if I'm Chicago, I'm drafting Caleb Williams. I don't care nothing about what Justin Fields has done down the stretch of the season. It hasn't been nothing that has been so good that would make you want to not draft Caleb Williams. You went all in on Justin Fields last year. You traded away the first round pick and didn't take Bryce Young last year. There's no way you can do that again. And if you do, it's gonna be tough. Because if we get Caleb Williams and he turns out to be the star that a lot of people are projecting him to be, that you're going to have to deal with that for a long period of time. I think they should draft Caleb Williams. And that's why I'm like, Washington fans, I'm not so sure if y'all should be so sure that Washington is going to have Caleb Williams. Because it's not like Chicago doesn't have a decision to make. Now, I think a lot of people believe they're going to stay with Justin Fields. And a lot of the players in that locker room like DJ Moore, want them to stay with Justin Fields. But, again, I personally wouldn't stay with Justin Fields. I would draft Caleb Williams. But look, hey, Chicago, do us a favor. Stick with Justin Fields. Let us get Caleb Williams or whoever we want to get. The biggest thing with Caleb Williams for me is the personality. Now, I don't know him. From from a grain of salt or whatever the saying is. But from the outside looking in, from the situations of wanting partial ownership in the bowl game or whatever, with his dad being so heavily involved, with making all this money in the college level, kind of seeming like he's big headed in a sense. It's red flags that scares me about his off the field personality. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that's a situation that calms down once he gets to the pros. But that is a big red flag for me. As far as on the field goes, he's the most talented quarterback in this draft class. I know a lot of people want to drool over Jaden Daniels. To me, Jaden Daniels, he has the biggest boom or bust potential. And I don't think Washington's in a predicament to where they could draft a guy that has a high bust potential. Okay? So I think you find a way to get Caleb Williams or Drake May or something. It has to be something. Now at this point, I don't see a way that they keep Sam Howell, man. I really don't. And I wanted it to work. And if they really passed up on these guys and went with Sam Howell, I'm not gonna be mad about it, right? But I just don't see it happening. They're gonna draft the quarterback. We're gonna get a new coach, right? Rivera, this was his last game. It's his birthday, so they're gonna wait to fire him tomorrow. And so forth, right? It's a new regime, new era. I want Bobby Slowick, but I'm not mad if we get Ben Johnson, if we get Mike McDonald, if they got John Harbaugh. I'm all in. Or Jim Harbaugh. I'm all in on whoever. I'm gonna trust this regime. I'm gonna give it a fair shot, like I did Rivera, like I did Jay Gruden, like I did Mike Shanahan. I'm gonna give them their fair shot at this, right? I'm not gonna be totally pissed off. We're starting at a good spot. Number 2 overall pick. We gotta cash in though, man. We do. We can't have another Chase Young. We can't have another Robert Griffin III. We gotta cash in. We gotta make sure this is the right guy that you want to go with, whoever you take at 2. You cannot screw this up again, because if you screw this up again, you're then gonna push us back again for another 4 to 5 years, and we'll be right back here in 2028. Doing the same thing over again. And I know a lot of y'all older fans don't have that patience. Hell, my patience is running thin with this team, and I love them to death, and I'm young. So we gotta get it right this offseason, man. We really do with whatever we decide to do. Coaching, GM, stick with Sam Howell, draft Caleb Williams, whatever we do, we gotta get it right. And it starts this year. New ownership. This is the first real year without Dan Snyder. Like, this is the first real restart. Remember, Josh Hurst came in like July, so the season was already underway. This is the first real off season of Josh Hurst, and he's getting an empty slate. I'll be back tomorrow to announce the firing of Ron Rivera. We'll do the whole walk down 4-year memory lane, you know what I'm saying, and really just release Ron Rivera, and we really start this thing anew. And we'll start that head coaching search probably that day, probably tomorrow, probably Tuesday. But most of these guys that we probably want to interview are going to be in the playoffs. Right? So if you want to interview a Bobby Sloak, playoffs. You want to interview a Ben Johnson, playoffs. Right? You want to interview a Mike McDonald, playoffs. So we're going to have to wait to see who we get a head coach. But nevertheless, man, season's done. This is this was the most painful season I've seen since 2013. And it sucked because this season was supposed to have some expectation to it, some excitement with Sam Howell, with Eric Bieniemy, who Eric Bieniemy was a total train wreck. Terrible on 4th down again today. All right. It's so much that went wrong this season. Sam Howell, we ruined him. Defense was trash. Ron Rivera was incompetent. Right, this season was horrible, and again, you couldn't have paid me to believe this was gonna be the outcome of this season, man. You really couldn't. So this was the worst season I've seen it since 2013. What makes it even more worse is the fact that this season flew by. Like, I just remember us celebrating that Ravens walk-off field goal in preseason, and that was the highlight of our year this year. The walk-off win versus the Ravens in the preseason in their streak was the highlight of our year. I remember that like it was yesterday. And now we here. So, it's a lot, man. It's going to be a big year for not only the team but myself. Y'all know I'm about to go handle the business, man. Handle the business and go away for that, man. It's a very challenging task, but I know I'm built for it, and I know I can do it. I know I can stand on my 2 feet, and it's time to become a man. You know what I'm saying? So just like this Washington Commanders team is going through a change, your boy's going through a change, but we both doing it for a better. So I ask that y'all continue to rock with me throughout throughout the future. You know what I'm saying? I understand a lot of y'all probably checked out due to the season. I want to see y'all back. I want to see y'all back next year, and I want to see y'all back this off season. We got a busy off season. Although I'm gonna be away, I'm gonna try to find a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to find a way, and trust me, I'm only gonna be away for the off season, for the beginning of the off season. I'm gonna be back for the start of the season. Be back for so much stuff, man. Just trust me. Just stay with me. I hope that y'all don't go nowhere. I hope y'all stay rocking with your boy, man. Y'all been here. Some of y'all have been here since 4 or 5 years ago, man, when I was 16 years old and I decided to turn on this camera for the first time and talk about the Washington Commanders. This is not going nowhere. This is just me entering adulthood. So trust me, y'all gonna be with me along the ride for both channels. Again, Juan Gotti TV is gonna be my real life channel. Right? This is my sports channel, and I'm sorry if I'm venting, but this is the time that I need to do this because this is the final game of the year. Final game of the year, so we need to all lay our emotions and lay our feelings out there, man, about this team and about real life. So yeah, man, your boy, time to enter the adulthood, time to stand on the own two, and time to become a man. You know, so again, change is happening on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And I want change to happen for y'all. Whatever you're doing in your life, whatever it is, whatever goal you have this year, attack it. Whether it's a weight loss journey, whether it's a new job, whether it is, you know, trying to get a new car, whatever goal you have in mind, attack it this year. There's gonna be an attackful 2024 for me, for the Commanders, and for you. So by the time the next season come around, September, all 3 things gonna be good. Gonna be good and settled in my new location, and everything's gonna be going well. I'm speaking that to existence. Whatever your goal was this year, you gonna be completing that goal, and I'm gonna check up on y'all. And the Commanders, they gonna complete that goal. They gonna have that new coach, that new GM, potential new quarterback, and we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. But as far as the off season go, videos still gonna be coming out, and we still gonna be attacking this thing. Love y'all to pieces, man. I know some of the support may have went away over the years. We may not have grown. We may not grow as fast as we once did, but I ain't going nowhere for the long run. I'm gonna always be here. media, talking about the Commanders, talking about football is my life, my dream, and what I want to do as a career. So I'm going to always be here on YouTube, no matter if it's one person watching, two person watching, three people watching, four. I love y'all, man, and I love doing this. So sorry about that, but that was just me spilling my heart out for a second. Love y'all. Comment down below what y'all think about this video. 301-818-2538 if y'all want to call in. The final live stream before I dip off is January 13th, Saturday. Gonna have some special guests coming along. Pedro Schmidt, Protect Sports. So see y'all there too. And let's get ready for this reset tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace. Hail to the Commanders. Like, comment, subscribe. On the road to 7,000. See y'all later. Peace.